Did you know that the very first few moments after you open your eyes each morning could be silently shaping the quality of your health for years, even decades, to come? It sounds almost too simple, doesn't it? Many seniors believe that significant health changes require complicated plans or expensive treatments. But what if I told you that some of the most profound impacts on your energy, your strength, and even your mental sharpness hinge on a few small, almost overlooked actions you take before your feet even hit the floor? We often wake up, perhaps feeling a bit groggy, a little stiff, and we just push through it, thinking it's just a normal part of getting older. But what if those feelings are subtle warning signs? What if the way you start your day is inadvertently setting you up for more aches, a greater risk of those dreaded falls, or that frustrating brain fog that can rob you of your confidence? It's a concerning thought, isn't it? Many well-meaning folks simply don't realize that these initial minutes are a golden opportunity, a chance to truly set the stage for a day of vitality, or conversely, a slow slide into feeling less than your best. Before we delve into what you should be doing, I'm genuinely curious, and I think many watching would be too. What does your current morning routine look like? Right after you wake up, is it a rush to coffee? Do you linger in bed? Or perhaps you already have some of these habits in place. Go ahead and share a little bit about your morning in the comments below. There's no judgment here. This is about learning and supporting each other, because understanding where we are is the first step to making powerful, positive changes. And believe me, the changes we're about to discuss are powerful. You might have heard whispers about a so-called golden formula for morning routines, a sequence of actions promising longevity and strength. And while the core ideas have merit, what's often missed is the why behind them, and more importantly, the subtle dangers of ignoring them. It's not just about a checklist, it's about understanding how your body, especially as you navigate your senior years, responds to these crucial first inputs of the day. Today, we're not just going to list steps. We're going to explore why they matter so deeply and how they can actively protect you from the very issues many fear most. And if you find this kind of in-depth, practical health insight valuable, do consider hitting that subscribe button and the little notification bell. That way, you won't miss out on future discussions designed to empower you to live your healthiest life. Think about someone like Harold, who was mentioned in other discussions, a man who felt his health was slipping away, burdened by fatigue and worrying doctors' reports. Or perhaps you know someone just like him, maybe even see a bit of yourself in that story. It's a common narrative, isn't it? The feeling that time is catching up and that vibrant health is a thing of the past. But what if that narrative could be rewritten? Harold's story, and the stories of countless others, often highlight a turning point: the adoption of simple, consistent morning habits. At first, there's skepticism. Can something so small really make a difference? You might ask. And that's a fair question. But the body has an amazing way of responding when you give it what it truly needs, especially at the start of the day. It's not about giant leaps, it's about those small, consistent steps that, over time, build a powerful foundation for wellness. We're talking about seeing real, tangible improvements, better energy, clearer thinking, and a feeling of strength you might have thought was lost. Now, let's get to the heart of it. The very first thing, the moment your eyes flutter open, what's happening inside your body? You've gone hours, an entire night, without any fluid intake. Through breathing alone, through the skin's natural processes, you've lost a surprising amount of water. This isn't just about feeling a dry mouth. This is about what's happening to your blood. It's becoming thicker, more viscous. Imagine that thicker blood trying to navigate through your arteries and veins. It puts an undeniable strain on your heart, doesn't it? And it's no coincidence. Many experts will tell you that those critical cardiovascular events like strokes or heart attacks often spike in the early morning hours. It's a stark reality, but one we can actively address. So, what's the countermeasure? It's almost laughably simple, yet profoundly effective. Before coffee, before tea, before anything else passes your lips, ideally, even before you swing your legs out of bed, Reach for water. We're talking about roughly 16 ounces, or about 2 medium glasses. And here's a crucial tip. Make it room temperature. Why not icy cold? Because cold water can actually cause your blood vessels to constrict, a momentary shock to the system right when you want everything to open up and flow smoothly. Room temperature water, however, is gentler, encouraging better circulation from that very first sip. Now, you'll often hear about adding a squeeze of fresh lemon, and there's some good reasoning there. A bit of natural vitamin C, some potassium, a gentle nudge to the digestive system. It can help make the water more palatable and offers subtle alkalizing benefits. Is it an absolute deal breaker if you don't have a lemon? In my opinion, the water itself is the hero here. The lemon is a helpful supporting actor. If adding lemon makes you more likely to drink the water, then by all means, do it. But don't let the absence of a lemon stop you from hydrating. This simple act, this conscious rehydration first thing, is one of the kindest, most protective things you can do for your heart and brain as you start your day. It's about flushing the system, thinning the blood naturally, and waking up your internal landscape gently. What could be a better investment of your first waking minute? But just drinking water, as vital as it is only part of the equation for a truly invigorated start. Think of it like putting fuel in a car. You still need to turn the key and get the engine moving. After a night of stillness, your circulation needs a gentle nudge, a signal to get moving and deliver all that freshly ingested water and oxygen to where it's needed most, especially your brain. And if you're finding this information helpful so far, and you're committed to taking these steps for your health, let me know by typing a yes in the comments. It's wonderful to see who's engaged on this path to better mornings. So, what's next after that crucial glass of water? It's about activating your body's internal river system, your circulation. After lying horizontally for hours, blood can tend to pool a bit in your lower extremities. Then, you stand up, perhaps too quickly, and what happens? That momentary lightheadedness, that slight feeling of imbalance, that's your brain telling you it's not getting quite enough oxygen right in that instant. For seniors, this can be more than just uncomfortable. It can be a genuine fall risk. And over time, sluggish morning circulation can contribute to that feeling of starting the day already tired. But there's a simple 60-second sequence right by your bedside that can make a world of difference. Once you're standing, take a moment. 1. Arm raises. Stand comfortably, feet about shoulder width apart. As you inhale deeply and slowly through your nose, raise both arms straight up towards the ceiling. Feel the stretch, the opening in your chest. Then, as you exhale slowly through your mouth, gently lower your arms. Repeat this maybe 3 to 5 times. It's not about speed, it's about conscious movement and breath. 2. Shoulder rolls. Now, let's loosen those shoulders. Gently roll your shoulders backward in a circular motion 5 times. Then, reverse it, rolling them forward 5 times. Feel that release of tension that often accumulates there overnight. 3. Heel raises. Finally, to really get that blood moving up from your legs, perform about 10 slow and controlled heel raises. Rise up onto the balls of your feet, lifting your heels, and then slowly lower them. Think of your calf muscles as a secondary pump, helping to push that blood back towards your heart. This whole sequence, barely a minute, but the effect you're actively encouraging blood flow, sending oxygen to your brain, and telling your body, all right, we're awake, we're ready. It's a gentle, effective way to combat that morning dizziness and start your day feeling more alert and stable. No fancy equipment, no complicated choreography, just you, your breath, and a minute of mindful movement. Now that you're hydrated and your circulation is stirring, your body is primed for its next critical input fuel. But not just any fuel. We're talking about protein, and the timing here is surprisingly crucial, especially for those over 65. Did you know that during the early morning hours, your body can actually enter a state where it's more prone to breaking down muscle tissue for energy if it doesn't receive an incoming source of protein? It's a silent process, this catabolism. But it can be a real saboteur of your strength and independence over time. You might be eating well later in the day, but if you miss this early window, you could be unintentionally letting your precious muscle mass dwindle. Many people think, "I'll get my protein at lunch or dinner." But research, particularly looking at aging bodies, suggests that this protein pulse early in the day can be a game changer for muscle preservation. We're talking about aiming for around 20 to 30 grams of high-quality protein within roughly 30 to 60 minutes of waking. Why is this so important? Because providing this protein early helps to flip the switch from muscle breakdown to muscle maintenance, or even muscle building if you're active. It's about protecting your strength, supporting your metabolism, and even bolstering your immune system. Think about what strong muscles mean for your daily life: easier to get out of chairs, more stability when walking, the ability to carry your own groceries. These aren't small things, are they? So, what does this look like in practice? It doesn't have to be a 5-course meal. 1. A couple of eggs with a piece of whole grain toast. 2. A scoop of whey or a good plant-based protein powder mixed into a small smoothie, or even just with water or milk. 3. A container of Greek yogurt, which is packed with protein. 4. Even a handful of nuts and seeds alongside some cottage cheese can contribute. The key is making it accessible and making it a habit. If you've been feeling like you're eating enough, but still notice a gradual decline in strength, this missing morning protein could very well be the hidden culprit. It's a simple shift, but its impact on preserving your muscle and your independence can be truly profound. We're covering some vital ground here, and I truly appreciate you sticking with this. If these insights are resonating with you, and if you're committed to making these positive changes, do me a favor and type the number 3 in the comments below. It's great to know who's on this journey, and if this video is proving useful, a quick thumbs up and sharing it with someone you care about can make a real difference in their life too. All right, your body is hydrated, circulation is flowing, and your muscles have received their morning protection. But what about your joints? After a night of relative immobility, synovial fluid, the natural lubricant in your joints, can thicken. This is why you might feel that morning stiffness, that sensation that your knees, hips, or back just don't want to cooperate right away. And if you try to force movement on these cold joints, you risk minor strains or aggravating existing conditions. Many people just accept this stiffness as an inevitable part of aging, but what if it doesn't have to be so pronounced? A simple 90-second mobility sequence can gently warm up those joints, encourage that synovial fluid to become more viscous and do its job, and prepare you for the day's movements with greater ease and less discomfort. This isn't about strenuous exercise. It's about gentle, mindful motion. 1. Ankle and wrist circles. While still sitting on the edge of your bed, or once you're standing, gently rotate your ankles 10 times clockwise, then 10 times counterclockwise. Do the same for your wrists. These are often the forgotten joints, but they play a huge role in balance and daily tasks. 2. Knee bends. If comfortable, while holding on to something for support if needed, perform a few very gentle knee bends. Just a slight bend and straighten, nothing deep. Or while seated, gently extend one leg and then the other. 3. Hip circles standing, with support if needed. Make small, gentle circles with your hips, a few times in each direction. 4. Torso twists. Still standing or seated, gently twist your upper body from side to side. Keep the movement slow and controlled, just waking up the spine. 5. Shoulder rolls. We did some earlier, but another round of slow shoulder rolls, perhaps combined with gentle neck stretches ear to shoulder, chin to chest, can feel wonderful. This isn't a workout, it's a joint lubrication routine. 90 seconds to tell your joints, "Good morning, let's get ready to move smoothly." This can significantly reduce that morning stiffness, improve your range of motion, and even lower your risk of stumbles or strains as you begin your day. It's about moving with more freedom and less pain. Doesn't that sound like a worthy investment of a minute and a half? We've attended to the body, but what about the command center, your brain? Just as your body can feel sluggish in the morning, so can your mind. That brain fog, that difficulty concentrating, that feeling that your thoughts are moving through molasses. It's incredibly frustrating. Many seniors worry about cognitive decline, and the fear of losing mental sharpness is a heavy burden. But what if you could actively fight back against that fog, starting from the moment you wake? Modern neuroscience tells us that the brain is remarkably plastic, even in our later years. And the morning, particularly those first 30-60 minutes after waking, can be a prime time for stimulating neural pathways. You don't need complex puzzles or a new language course first thing though, those are great later. A surprisingly potent exercise is to engage your recall memory. Here's a simple 1-minute technique. After your physical routine, sit quietly for a moment, close your eyes, take a few calm breaths, and then try to mentally walk back through your previous day, but in reverse order. Start with what you did just before bed last night, then dinner, then the afternoon. What did you do? Who did you talk to? What did you see or read? Try to recall details, not just general events. As this gets easier, you can challenge yourself, go back 2 days, or try to remember specific sensory details, what something smelled like, what someone was wearing. This isn't just a memory game, it's an active process of stimulating neural connections. Some experts talk about how activities like this can boost BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor, which acts like a kind of fertilizer for your brain cells, promoting growth and connection. Just 1 minute of this focused recall can help to sharpen your memory, improve your focus for the day ahead, and contribute to long-term cognitive resilience. It's an active step in keeping your mind as agile as you want your body to be. It's about fighting that fear of decline with proactive, empowering action. So, there you have it. 5 elements: hydration, circulation, protein, mobility, and mental activation, each one simple on its own, but together they form a powerful synergy, a foundation for a day and indeed a life, lived with more energy, more strength, more clarity, and more independence. It's easy to dismiss these small things, isn't it? To think they couldn't possibly make that much of a difference, but as we've seen, it's often these very small things, when neglected, that contribute to that slow, creeping decline that so many seniors experience. And conversely, it's the consistent practice of these simple, positive habits that can keep you feeling vibrant and capable well into your later years. I know that changing habits can feel daunting, but you don't have to overhaul your entire life overnight. Just start with tomorrow morning. Pick 1 or 2 of these elements to focus on. Maybe it's just that glass of water. Maybe it's the 60-second circulation boost. Experience the difference for yourself. Because ultimately, your health, your vitality, your ability to live life on your own terms, it all begins with the choices you make, day by day. And the morning is your first, best opportunity to choose well. If this discussion has sparked something in you, if you found this information valuable, please do give this video a thumbs up. And I'd love to hear from you one last time in the comments which one of these 5 elements are you most inspired to try or to be more consistent with starting tomorrow. Sharing your intention can be a powerful motivator. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell, because my goal here is to keep providing you with practical, empowering information to help you navigate your senior years with strength and confidence. And if you know someone, a friend, a family member, anyone over 60 or 65 who could benefit from this, please share this video with them. You might just be giving them the key to unlocking a much healthier and more vibrant chapter in their life. Thank you so much for watching. Here's to your health, and here's to starting every day strong.